Oh, hello. Welcome to my reaction video to Logan Paul's new documentary. So when I want to research something, I think I need a 24-year-old douchey frat boy's opinion on this reality. That's going to sum it up for me, especially if he's on Disney's payroll. Nothing says scientific rigor like a guy who says motherfucker every other sentence. And it's like, I totally punked Robbie Davidson. And look, I watched his blooper reel the other day, and him and his like little kind of clown sidekick are just like so adamantly against anyone who has a different cosmology than the current paradigm that it's like laughably orchestrated. And sure, like Logan Paul's gonna do what Logan Paul's gonna do. I mean, of course, a like fratty 24-year-old douchebag is gonna like make a fucking whatever, like Ashton Kutcher's Punk'd meets fucking, who are those guys that always like hurt them, Jackass kind of documentary where he like pseudo dates some Australian chick and like falls in love with flat earth and then goes to fucking Aurora, Denver for his like, and I guess it's got like 5 million views. So anyway, to their point, and this is really all I wanted to say, was that they were like, give us a test that the moon is self-luminescent, or give us some empirical evidence that there is no optical curvature. And it's not like they even used the word optical. But like their point was like, show us something. Don't just have us believe you. And I think that that's a fair point. It's just, they've obviously done zero, nada, nil, dick research on the subject, because there is a lot of evidence that the moon is self-luminescent, and there's a lot of evidence that there's no curvature over distances where there should be. So that's kind of my main point, is when you're looking at a Logan Paul, see a top-down psychological agent who's, what is he? Oh, so he's a tall drink of water, he acts like he's smart, but he talks like a frat boy, and he is like, oh, now flat earth is the stupidest thing ever. And, you know, this guy is a trendsetter. So he's one of the puppeteers of the psychology of cosmology. And he went in there, you know, and to their credit, at least he got out some basic information, like, you know, the quote-unquote flat earth society is different than a lot of these new people that are looking into the shape of the earth that call themselves flat earthers, and even trotted out what controlled opposition was and explained it, which is something, because most people don't even know that. And I think the main point is Logan Paul's going to do what Logan Paul's going to do, but the real person to blame here is Robbie Davidson, who's not a bad guy. I've met him. But he's the one who gave this like 24-year-old like YouTube celebrity a platform to come punk everyone at a conference. And you know, all these things are rolling out at the same time. And then the Behind the Curve documentary was, you know, a hit piece. But it seemed like the characters that were in it were complicit in it being a hit piece. It's like, you know, it's like a portrayal of like an autistic guy playing ping pong, a guy who lives in his mother's basement, and like a woman who loves cats. And like all of these people are like these like idiocy archetypes to like frame a cosmology in a form of arrested development, which is exactly why Flat Earth came out in 2015 on the coattails of Eric Dubay, when this formerly wasn't in the conversation until the late 1890s and the late 19th century, and then all of a sudden it reboots, and the very mechanisms that trot it out are the people that wanted to control the way the narrative works. So you got your Mark Sargents and your Patty Steers and your Eric Dubays, and there's like, you know, fake feuds going on amongst all these players And it gets to this point where it's like, because this cosmology is resurgent and self-evident and repeatable and you know, spreading like a Rick-rolling kind of meme all over the world right now, it was a very intelligent thing to put a lot of retarded people in place to represent it. And Logan Paul is not the least of them, and his new documentary exemplifies that. But if you want some real flat earth information, check out like Mark Knight's WAYKIWAYKI. I'll leave a link to him. And who else is good? Just do some research. Don't listen to some 24-year-old Disney hiring puppet boy. All right, Frank out.